Hi, my name is Natalie Shapero. I'm coming to you from my futon, and I'm going to read the poem Crash by K. Ryan from the Paris Review. Crash. Slip is one law of crash among dozens. There is also shift, moving a granite lozenge to the left a little, sending down a cliff. Also toggles, the idle flip that trips the rails trains travel. No act or refusal to act. No special grip or triple lock or brake stops crash quickens on resistance like a legal system out of Dickens. So this is a poem about catastrophe, and something that draws me to it is the way in which the structure and tone kind of operate in tandem. The opening of the poem is a little bit of this sort of cool taxonomizing of just all these different types of ways that things can go very violently and drastically wrong. There's slip, right? Something accidental, something small that maybe causes a big reaction. And then the poem says there's also shift, and you get this very odd image of a granite lozenge, this sort of strangely shaped piece of heft that just goes, sort of gets moved over a little bit, and the poem really obscures the agency. It doesn't tell you exactly who's doing that moving, but just that the result of the move is that this thing goes barreling down. And the next type of crash that's mentioned by the poem is toggles. The idle flip that trips the rails trains travel. And that to me is a very kind of paradigmatic K. Ryan line. It's very tight and concise and punchy, but also really deeply musical. And that language about the idle flip, it puts me in mind of those sorts of ethics problems that are sometimes posed to students, where the student is instructed to imagine that they are in control of a switch box for a train track, where the track is going to diverge into two separate tracks, and the train is rushing down, and the operator of the switch box has to decide which direction the train is going to go in, which track it's going to take, and on both tracks there is someone or a group of people who are going to be hit by the train. And the sort of question that's posed to the switch box operator is, who are you going to choose to kill, and who are you going to choose to spare? And it's just one example of these types of gross initiations into these ways of thinking, where one kind of life is more valuable than another kind of life. And from there, the poem turns and crashes in a way. The language accelerates, the rhythm and the pacing accelerates until you have this final line: crash quickens on resistance like a legal system out of Dickens. And it ends on this invocation of these extreme inequities that we know often contribute to and suffer through and are exacerbated by catastrophe, by these forces of tragedy. And it's a poem about hard moments for our hard moment, and love to everyone caught in this moment. Let's take care of each other and stay safe.